This episode's gonna take a painfully long time to record. Also, I found a cricket. Welcome back to Create Dinosaurs, episode 8 now, where, yeah, I found a cricket. I think it's a bit like the hermit crab or something that we've got in our chest over here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, here. Like, I think a bit like the hermit crab that we found in episode 1. I just found a cricket. I don't know, it seems kind of cute. But yeah, so as I just said, this episode is gonna take a painfully long time to record because there is so much stuff that we've got to do. Because finally, I want to actually work on our park. You know, it's been such a long time since we have actually done anything to do with the dinosaurs and the park and everything like that. And today, we're finally going to at least prepare to build it. Like, we're going to actually get a bunch of the resources which we need in order to build the next part of the park. And trust me, it's gonna be cool. Side note, I need to feed my Parasaurolophus. But yeah, so when I say that this next part of the park is going to be big, what I mean is, like, you see this entire lake here? Yeah, it's gonna be gone. Well, okay, maybe gone is the wrong word, but like that entire thing is going to be terraformed. We are going to take this from looking like your standard little Minecraft lake and everything to a massive sort of beach resort and enclosure for a certain dinosaur. It's gonna look awesome. And to do that, we're gonna need sand and cobblestone and like a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's what we're doing today. But right, so how are we going to handle getting all of the resources for this next enclosure? Well, I think first of all, we're gonna list all of the different stuff we're going to need. So one of the main things we're gonna need is cobble slabs. That is because we're gonna be working with a lot of sand and stuff. And to save the sand from falling down, we're gonna want a nice easy slab. Where is it? There we go. So yeah, we're also going to want sand. We're going to need some stone. Andesite is going to be a big one, and I feel like I'm missing something. Moss. That is some fairly annoying resources to try and gather, but not impossible. We're gonna be messing around with create mod this episode, if you can't tell. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna start out with the simplest one, like cobblestone, because actually using that, we're gonna be able to get more. It's like, obviously, if we have a cobblestone farm, then it becomes really easy to get a stone farm. And I think if we also manage to make a sand farm using that cobblestone farm, then we're gonna be able to get an andesite farm. This is a lot of really complicated create mod stuff, if you can't tell. But yeah, so let's start out with our cobblestone farm, which should be really easy. Something like this seems right. This took an unbelievably long time to design, and I don't want to go into details of why it took so long. All you need to know is I'm an idiot, and I had to rebuild it about 3 times. So get out my house. I don't intend to murder a third person. But yeah, so as you can see, like, really simple farm here. It is not that complex. It's just a bunch of drills spinning around on a thing that's making a bunch of stone. It is not complex at all. However, the weird thing that you might notice about it is it's depositing the cobblestone in 4 separate spots. That is just because we're going to be using this for all of the other farms as well. But like, you know, we can just take all of the stuff out of this one to go and turn it into sand or something, and we can take all the one in here and turn it into stone, etc, etc, and just like leave one to actually get cobble. So yeah, in short, basically, it's not just acting as our cobblestone farm, it's acting as the farm that's going to be used as the base to get all of the other stuff. So that's going to be fun. Now, speaking of the other farms, which one do I want to do next? I feel like, so stone is obviously going to be the easiest, but maybe we should do sand first, just because a lot of my farms are using glass and everything, just so I can see what's going on. And also, it looks more aesthetic. But yeah, because a lot of the farms are using glass and everything... Oh, this is done. This took ages. Because a lot of the farms are using glass and everything, I feel like I should go and actually set one up to make glass. which means we need to turn this into sand. So yeah, if you don't know Create Mod, basically you can turn resources into sand, and the way you do that is by crushing gravel in these things, a crushing wheel. Now, the issue with a crushing wheel is they require a lot of andesite alloy, but also you require a 5x5 crafting grid, which means you need these things, mechanical crafters, and that is more expensive than I remember. Great, so I need to get 7 of these polished rose quartz, which means I need redstone. Do I even have redstone? I don't even know if I've got that. And right, the other thing that we're going to need is quartz, which means we're going to take a quick trip to the Nether, because also I'm going to need to get a bit of soul sand as well, which is not going to be used for this farm, but it is going to be used for one of the other ones. I think it's andesite. I think this is a visual glitch, because stuff seems to be getting mined, but that is not spinning. But right, okay, I haven't got anything too valuable on me, I don't think. Right, let's go and get a little bit of quartz. This should just require 8 bits, but I'm a little bit worried about the fact that, first of all, I've forgotten my gold armor, and secondly, I don't see any... Okay, I'm dead. No, I'm a little concerned about the fact that I don't see any quartz anywhere. I'm gonna die. I'm going to burn to... No, I haven't seen any quartz anywhere, so I'm a little concerned that, like, it's gonna take a while to find. Because, yeah, we don't need much, but, like, I literally don't know where any of it is. Right, this is a bit of soul soil, though, which we needed. Now, let's see. Any quartz? There's some up in the ceiling. Is there none that's, like, just accessible to us? Right, this is 1, 2, is that all? 3... 4, there's 5, this is 6, 7, and 8, and there we go, we can get 1 spare. Where did I come from? I don't know where I am. Oh my god. Guys, I think I am lost. I think I have gotten myself lost. Where the hell am I? I do not recognize this place. Am I stuck? I passed a dirt block that I placed, so I must have been somewhere around here before. No! Oh, I'm so dead. I am so dead. Where the hell even am I? I don't know where I am. But, like, I swear this doesn't line up with where I've been. What? I am not Cotton Eye Joe. I should know where I came from and where I'm going. Oh, wait. This is home, isn't it? Yeah, there's the portal. Okay. That took longer than it needed to. I'm scared now. I want to go home. Ah, thank you very much, Nether. I don't ever want to return to you. Where the hell is my dinosaur? Dan? Where are you? Where's my Parasaurolophus? Dan? Where's my Parasaurolophus? I'm not being blind, right? There is no Parasaurolophus in this enclosure. The Parasaurolophus is gone. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, the Parasaurolophus is gone. Where is Dan? Dan? Where'd you go? I don't have entities on the world map and stuff, so I can't even see if it's wandered off anywhere. But, like, there's no Parasaurolophus. That feels like a concern that I should investigate, but I don't have time right now. I'm very curious where my Parasaurolophus has gone, though. But right, let's get to work on this second farm. I don't know what to do about this. Right, so, Buzzy said to check to make sure that there's grass in the enclosure, because apparently the dinosaurs will actually eat grass and everything. Like, they will eat the real Minecraft stuff. So, basically, there's a slight chance that, like, I thought it was full all this time because, like, its hunger wasn't going down that quick, but in actuality, it's been eating the grass, and that's why its hunger is, like, always quite high, but, no, there's grass here. In fact, there's plenty of stuff. So, Dan has not died of starvation as far as I can tell. So, my best guess is he's run away. Somehow, Dan has hopped a fence, probably here. Oh, that's exactly what happened, isn't it? Dan likes wandering around in this corner. I bet he's just hopped over the fence here. there's a perfect gap here. So I've got an escaped Parasaurolophus. I doubt he would have climbed that hill, because if he went that way, either he would have swam across the entire lake, which I don't think he would have done, or he would have, like, walked over there and walked past me, which I know I'm not the most observant. I mean, like, a dinosaur has literally escaped, but I'm not that unobservant, I don't think. So my best guess is he's gonna made a runner off this way or something. Like, maybe over there, or maybe that way towards the jungle or something. Because, like, he's gotta be somewhere where he can quickly get out of sight or something. Because, like, he's not in the immediate area as far as I can see. It's like, you know, if he was gone and sat on the island, I would be able to see. But he's not. And the thing is, could he have wandered out this far? Probably not. So, like, he can't have wandered off too far that way, because, of course, like, if I'm working in the area over here, then he's not going to be in loaded chunks. He physically can't go anywhere. So, like, you know, Dan theoretically has to be somewhere within a 16-chunk render distance. Excuse me, sir, have you seen a Parasaurolophus anywhere? Alright, no need to be rude. He is not down here by the river. He didn't get killed by a Komodo dragon, did he? I feel like the game would have told me if he died. I'm not panicking over the massive insurance claim that this would be. And, right, anything? What is... Oh, that's him. Dan. Dan. What are you doing over here, mate? This isn't safe. You know there's tigers in the jungle and stuff? Well, there we go. We found Dan. Like, can you just, like, hop the fence over this way, please? No. No, you're not. Oh. Yeah, there we go. That works. Okay, so I think if I just put in that cog there, I'm missing it. Okay, so if I put in that cog there, then we should be milling all of the cobblestone coming out of that barrel. And once it's milled, it should get spat out into here. There we go. The one thing is, I do need to actually hook up this conveyor as well. So if I do large cog like that, and then is this is gonna spin the wrong way. That's annoying. But yeah, I can do a small cog there, and yeah, I've got to flip it somehow. And just like that, there we go. We've got sand production. Oh, and of course flint as well. I'm gonna have to add a filter to get rid of flint. But there we go, sand production is done. And if you can't tell, by the way, we're going to be lining up all of these output barrels. So, like, there's the cobblestone barrel, this one's sand, obviously. Then somewhere we're gonna have an output going to another. Speaking of another output barrel, what is going to be our next resource? I think, right, we can knock off sand. Stone's gonna be an easy one. And if I do stone now, then hopefully that's gonna give me time for the sand to build up, because sand is gonna be needed to make andesite. So yeah, let's produce some stone. This one is going to be the quickest one, probably. So yeah, we should just need an encased fan with some lava, a way of getting the resources over here, a water wheel to power it. Okay, yep, that definitely worked. Go with a nice slow conveyor belt to give everything time to smell. Let's see, is that slow enough? Yep, definitely slow enough. In fact, it might be too slow. And connect up the conveyor belt coming over. And by the looks of it, that's all gonna work. Just really slowly, that's all. But there we go, the stone farm is complete, and the last one that we have left to do... Okay, well, not the entirely last one, but, like, the moss one's gonna be a bit different. The andesite one... I'm not looking forward to that, because andesite is a lot more complicated. And it's kind of why I've rushed through these other ones so quickly, because this one's gonna require a little more focus. This is already becoming a mess, by the way. Don't worry, all of this is gonna get covered up. This is not gonna be visible later on. It's just right now, our base looks a little bit ugly. But right, so the question is, how do we get renewable andesite? Well, if you didn't know, andesite is actually a craftable block. You get it by mixing diorite and cobblestone. And cobblestone, it's obvious how you get it, but how do you get renewable diorite then? Well, you see, you get renewable diorite by mixing cobblestone and quartz. Great, so same question, how do you get renewable quartz? Well, this is where it gets less fun. So, basically, with Create Mod, you can wash soul sand. So essentially, you know, the same thing we're doing with lava, but just with water. And you can get renewable soul sand by haunting, which is essentially doing this, but with blue fire. And that, my dear friends, is why we needed to go and get this earlier. No, no, turtle. Oh, God. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh no. But yeah, essentially, to make the Andesite farm, what we have got to do is take all of the systems that we've already got, kind of double the number of them, and have it all mixed together into some sort of mess. This is gonna be a pain. Because yeah, essentially, we've got to take a bunch of cobblestone. We've also got to take some of the cobblestone and turn it into sand so that we can turn the sand into soul sand. The soul sand turns into quartz, and then it mixes with the cobblestone that we kept in order to make it into diorite. And then that diorite has to mix with more cobblestone that we had left over in order to make andesite. That is so many steps. And the first one is I need to ironically go and get some andesite. I've run out and I can't make andesite alloy. So, boopity-doop, a shory-dory whoop. That can go in there and these can go down here. Then we do this and that and set you on fire. And right, we can build this. Right, so we take everything under here for convenience. We should be able to use a double chest to separate stuff, seeing as like this comes in bulk deliveries rather than a single block at a time. Half of it goes into a millstone. We're going to need another pair of crushing wheels. Alright, so the gravel comes up here to get crushed into sand, and the sand needs to drop down to get haunted. This incredibly cramped setup is needed in order to craft it all into diorite, because yeah, diorite has to be crafted. You can't just mix it. You know, it's not like our thing to go and get brass over here. Like you can't just use a whisk to make it, even though it's perfectly fine to use a whisk in order to turn it into andesite. Okay, and I think everything's finally in place. All that I need to do is power it, and I know this looks like a mess. That's because it is. But yeah, so the quick explanation of what this is, as we said earlier, we're gonna split the cobblestone in half, so half of it turns into sand, the other half remains as cobble. But right, so the bit that's going to get turned into sand gets turned into gravel right at the millstone over there, just to save time. Comes all the way up here, gets crushed into sand, gets haunted and turned into soul sand, which then gets washed and turned into quartz. The quartz is then also separated, and half of it goes into this little crafting slot here, half of it goes down there. But yeah, so the diorite should go into this chest and should go into the mixer, and the last thing that we need to do is basically take another output from this chest over here and link it up, because basically the cobblestone half of this gets chucked into this chest at the end here. It's gonna get split again. Some of it goes into the crafting recipe here, and the other half is going to get split to go into this chest again. So right, the last thing is these should need that there, and then yeah, I've just got to power all of this in the correct direction. And honestly, that's gonna be the hardest bit of this, just making everything fit. Okay, I have no idea how, but somehow all of this just fits. Oh, I have just realized the crafting thing is disconnected. Can I fit that? If this doesn't get overstressed, then honestly, it's insane. Oh my god. I don't even know if I can attempt to explain this. But basically, you know, one water wheel here, that's powering the millstone and the conveyor belts. We can use a chain drive to continue the power to the conveyor belts, and that one just needs to get power all the way up to there, and everything else is handled by just gravity. This conveyor belt comes along here and manages to power these other conveyor belts and the whisk system. And these conveyor belts carry on power from other conveyor belts and everything and just go across. I think the weirdest bit is where, so you've got power coming from this conveyor belt going across into this cog and this other conveyor belt here, and then we take the power across from that conveyor belt, go through this one into this system here, use the fact that there's two large cogs here to turn the power 90 degrees, and then use it to power the conveyor belt going that way. Does that even make sense? I don't know, but that's how that is powered. That is, it's just weird. Like, your brain can't process it afterwards, but everything just goes in the right direction. direction. Cool, so the last thing we need to do is just hook up the storage. Now, just temporarily, I'll go and dump all of my stuff in here. But if I'm correct, all this should require is just take the cobblestone out of there, and then we just destroy that barrel and replace it with a chute. And that should be it. And we're gonna maybe see this works as this rotates round. So, yep, there we go. And has that split it? We should have some going there. And is the millstone working? The millstone is definitely grinding stuff. I think that worked. And right, if we just go and dump all of the cobblestone in there at once, yeah, it seems to be getting split fairly evenly. Now, of course, some of it is going into this millstone and then not coming out for a while because the millstone takes time. Now, right, so that's got cobblestone in that corner, which means diorite would end up in this corner and this corner. And then, yeah, we're gonna get cobblestone here, right? Yeah? Oh my god, it works. Oh, sorry, we're gonna get quartz in those corners. Ah, right, don't do that. Actually, I think that can just be stopped by, like, just putting a block here so it doesn't fly off the end. Tell me that's correct. Tell me that's correct. And, yep. Right, okay, so some cobblestone has gone in there. That's good, because that will be needed to craft the andesite later on as well. And, yep, everything's backing up in the crafting system. That's good, because, yep, that means that it's going to go around into here. Brilliant. But, right, okay, so that one's backed up. And then, of course, we're using this corner. That's good. Right, yeah, everything correct. And it just crafted a bit of diorite and went in there. There we go, it's mixing. We've got andesite. Oh, my throat just, like, closed up there. Oh, my God. Sorry, I'm allergic to andesite, clearly. But there we go. It's crafted. We've got andesite. Look at that. It worked. Right. Okay. And also, the last thing we're going to do, we're just going to put a filter on that for andesite. So it shouldn't make anything else. Not that anything else should be craftable with those resources, but it should be fine. Yeah. The one thing that I may need to do in future is just separate where the diorite and the cobblestone go, just because there might be a little bit of conflict between them. Basically, there's a slight chance that this is just going to fill up with a bunch of cobblestone, and then the diorite can't come through. And if the diorite can't come through, then the farm stops working. So yeah, we may need to just like separate some stuff a little bit, but it should be fine. In theory, everything's fine. And yeah, it's just the one thing that's going to hold back this farm mostly is just the speed at which we get quartz. Because, you know, gravel has to be milled and everything, which takes a long bloody time. I mean, like, look, this millstone is literally full and the hoppers are full. But yeah, so with that, finally, this has taken a really long recording time, but we have finally got cobblestone production, sand production, and a little bit of clay to go alongside it, which is nice. Stone production, which as you can see, I actually turned some into smooth stone because we're going to need that. And of course, andesite production. And with that, I think we're done for this episode. This has taken a massively long time, and I think I'm gonna go and just tidy this up. But like, you know, that's off-camera work. Thank you for watching. This has taken a long time. If you've made it this far, comment andesite. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time. I'm gonna tidy this up a bit.